Mental Health Awareness Week was an initiative established in the early 1990s by the Mental Health Foundation. As someone who has suffered with poor mental health in the past, I'm an advocate for ensuring mental health is put on an equal footing with physical health conditions, and that stigmas are broken down. But the thing is, I don't think this is the case, and Mental Health Awareness Week, for me, has become another one of those fads that don't really help get the issues addressed seriously. So in this video, I'm going to give my 3 reasons why I think Mental Health Awareness Week isn't effective. The first is the short-term focus. Mental Health Awareness Week often generates significant attention and can be used as the basis for discussions during this period. However, once that week is over, the momentum and attention tend to wane. We see it all the time with these sorts of awareness days, weeks or months. The ones that particularly come to mind being International Women's Day, where you see businesses shouting about how great their women are, when a bit of digging finds that they have significant gender pay gaps. Or Pride Month, where organisations use it as an excuse to change their logo to a rainbow, yet aren't actually addressing any of the issues within their business, or have cases of stigmatisation or discrimination. Overall, I feel like these events are being used more as a PR exercise than really taking meaningful steps to address the issues. Things like running a bake sale or having a team meditation session aren't going to have the long-term impact needed, and these are not things which just go away once the awareness week is over. The second is their limited impact. I saw a fantastic series of talks at the last Brighton SEO that covered diversity and inclusion. Speaking were Andy Jarvis, Fabio Embalo and Azim Ahmed. And in the session, Ahmed made a fantastic point that those of us that turned up in that audience aren't actually the people he needed to be speaking to. We already had an interest in the topic, we're already educating ourselves, and in all possibility, we're already supporters or allies. So it's usually the people that aren't exposed to these messages that are the ones we need to break through to. But will that ever happen? And if so, when? I think the second issue with something like Mental Health Awareness Week is that they don't reach a wide enough audience. The information shared is often inadequate or superficial, and by making it a PR exercise, it kind of only displays these issues at a very top level. It doesn't take the people who need to hear this stuff to a sufficient level that will overcome those deep-rooted societal attitudes towards genuine mental illnesses. I think there has been some progress made in terms of mental health awareness in recent years, but there's no denying that stigmas still exist, and we have a long way to go before we see a significant change in public attitudes towards it. The third is a backwards approach and mentality. If you have ever tried to access any kind of mental health support through the health service in the UK in particular, you'll know that it's nearly impossible. I actually had a fairly fortunate experience in the past where I managed to secure some face-to-face CBT sessions with a therapist in training. But I and many others I know have either just been referred to online materials or even just ignored completely. So whilst these weeks, you could argue, are good for raising awareness at a high level, the bigger issue is actually ensuring those that need it are able to gain access to resources and ongoing support that will help improve their lives. In other words, Mental Health Awareness Week isn't doing enough to tackle the root causes. It's like trying to put a plaster on a cut which is gushing blood. Surely there's more impact in trying to prevent mental health issues happening in the first place than trying to deal with them after the event. Doing it this way around would ensure people are living better lives, reducing the risk of worse problems or harm to themselves and those around them. Overall, although I am a bit negative towards weeks like this, I do still think they can have a valuable role in initiating conversations and drawing some attention to mental health issues. However, we need to be seeking meaningful change, and as organisations, leaders or managers, we need to be looking at what can be done to prevent these issues occurring in the first place. For example, creating working environments where people can thrive, where they have clear expectations, where they feel a sense of belonging, connection, value and purpose.